What is going on, guys? Sid here with another episode of 5-Minute Boss Battles, and if you guys have been following the channel, you know that we are revisiting my all-time favorite games of one of my all-time favorite games of the 90s. It is none other than Comix Zone. And guys, for this episode, I figured, hey, why not play the game the way I did back in the 90s and see if the cheat codes still worked. And guys, on this specific port, it actually does. So guys, I went straight to the jukebox, punched in the numbers, right, hitting the C button: 14, 15, 18, 5, 13, 1, 3, 18, 15, 6, and then chose the desired level, which I chose level 6, kept it on there, hit C again, right? And guys, lo and behold, I've just time traveled back to the 90s. It's literally how I beat the game, right? Because as a kid growing up, this game was dumb hard, it was dumb difficult. Obviously, I beat the game the old-fashioned way. I beat it both ways, right? But this particular Easter egg, there's also invincibility, right? But this Easter egg was implemented, yeah, and in a lot of games in the 90s, this was a fairly common thing, having level select as a cheat code, because we didn't have memory cartridges, right? We didn't have save slots. We didn't have any of that any of those modern day conveniences, right? So back when the Sega Genesis was out, this game was a classic. You had to run it through in one shot most of the time, right? And yeah, guys, it was pretty straightforward. But the thing is, right, it's super difficult. I'm making this run look super easy, but guys, in reality, it irked me to no ends, right? I went through this level like maybe 7 to 8 times before I finally defeated the final boss, and that was simply because, right, you had to relearn the timing of the enemies, right? And also, it was just like one of those things where it comes down to dumb luck, right? Because there are certain elements in the game that you can die, right, even if you do the correct thing, right? So that's how the final level operates, right? But it's still super hard, super difficult, but still super fun. Aesthetically pleasing. This game is aesthetically pleasing to no end. I absolutely love this game. I will absolutely still love this game after I finish making this recording. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it's a main staple. It was a main staple in my childhood. It was a main I don't know how to put this into words sometimes, right? Because there's so many amazing memories that rushes back into the back of my head, the front of my head. It doesn't matter. It just brings back that rush of dopamine, that rush of serotonin, and we're clearing this level super fast, and I'm making it look super easy. But guys, I was about to scream because you need certain items, and certain items are randomized, right? So you need the health potions in order to clear the level, right? And the very difficulty of the villains, right? So sometimes you'll face the villains, right? And it's completely random. Like sometimes you'll face them and they're insanely easy to clear, like the individual panel enemies. They're insanely easy to clear, right? And sometimes they're completely difficult and you'll be there all day, right? So I made a couple of like stupid little errors. I'm supposed to knock these 3 enemies right into that machine right there and destroy the machine, and in an efficient manner. I don't. I long story short, I don't. But I'm clearing the panels with enough health that I'm going to have an easy time with the final boss, Mortis, right? His Sketch Turner's original creation. So yeah, I really just wanted to. It's not that I couldn't clear the levels the old-fashioned way, the hard, tried and true way. It was the way I remembered it growing up, right? And that's a big part of 5-Minute Boss Battles. It's the nostalgia, right? It was Christmas time. I got Comix Zone, right? If you've been noticing the trend, right? A lot of my games did come during the holiday seasons, right? And it doubled up. It was also my birthday. My birthday falls around the same time as Christmas, so it's a couple days right after Christmas, right? So it was always like a bonus, right? I would get the majority of my games then. So there's like a lot of amazing memories tied to Comix Zone, to the Sega Genesis, to that specific platform, to the time period, everything. about my childhood. I loved Nickelodeon, you name it, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Ace of Base, right? The music, everything from the 90s, my Skip It, right? With my cousins, right? Bop It, you know, all those things, you know, from the toys to the games to the activities, everything was just A triple plus for me, right? I had like the best experience growing up. I loved my damn childhood. I can't stress that enough. A lot of millennials, when you're thinking back, like if you take the time out to think back to your childhood, and if you were lucky enough to have a blessed childhood, a great childhood, man, you're thinking about probably the same things I'm thinking about, right? With the same sort of memories, because growing up you wanted games like this. So yeah, we're here at the final boss battle with Mortis, and it's Sketch Eternal's original creation, and he's got Sketch's girl. It's basically time attack, right? So she's about to drown, and you've got to clear this enemy as fast as humanly possible. You got to save her, and you see it's a half finished comic strip. It's the detail that went into this game is just absolutely astounding, right? And the way they implemented the Easter eggs, the cheat codes, whatever you may call, whatever you wish to call it, it's just absolutely brilliant, right? Everything about this game was so well thought out, right? So yeah, there was I beat Mortis one time, right? But I accidentally I didn't do it within the correct time frame, and Lisa drowned. So right now, I'm facing Mortis again, and this time around, did it in record time, and guys, my record time, right, for today at least, right? So I save her, and I make it look super easy, super cool, and you know, that was the thing about Comic Zone, right? It was the cool kids games. Like when you're in the 90s, you had your longboard, you had your skateboard, you had, you know, everything. It was, the game just felt 90s, from the music to the soundtrack to the aesthetics to the comic book kind of feel. Everything just felt right about this game. The game was just absolutely amazing, and as you can see, Comic Zone became a commercial smash, right? So that's actually in the game, right? But it was a smash. It was a hit, right? It's Sega's cult classic. Sketch's issue sold out. They're really just telling you what happens at the end. This is what you expect. But guys, this has been 5-minute boss battles, right? And we'll still go through the rest of the levels, but we had to do it the old-fashioned way, just because, just as a tribute to the 90s, right? So guys, if you like this video, likes, comments, subscriptions. Subscription's very important, right? If you guys can hit subscribe, we can keep more videos going as soon as humanly possible. This has been Sid. Peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Cheers.